Jack Benny, all the...
Eddie Cantor?
Eddie Cantor.
Gone forever.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to do a tribute to a very exciting lady, and she pays tribute to her organization, to certainly one of the most exciting ladies in history. And this is the kind of stuff that's very appealing to me. I love to delve into this lady named Margo Howard, rave reviews in the New York Times, the New York Post, for the Mary Stuart Society.
Yes, that's correct.
Could I ask you exactly what's the organization and what it does and so forth?
Oh, yes, thank you.
You're the organizer?
I'm one of the founders, yes. And I'm the current chairperson.
Chairperson?
Yes.
Right.
I prefer to use that in America. You know, you have a lot of women here that are sort of fighting for their whatever. You know, here, right. You know, not in the Mary Stuart Society is basically a historic society.
Based on?
Based on Mary Stuart, of course.
A queen,
oh, yes, a queen who was executed. Next year will be 400 years.
400 years? How old was she when she was executed?
Oh, she was 44.
Beheaded?
Yes, died very brave. And we are basically remembering her for a supporter of the arts. She was a great supporter of the arts. So while we are a historic society, we are also sponsoring different various programs to encourage the arts. And we give scholarships. Yes, and great support for the arts in all forms.
I would love to know some of the things about this feisty Roman Catholic queen that made her such an important, and some of the contributions, let's say, that make her a very important part of history.
Really?
Mary Stuart was Mary Queen of Scots.
Mary Stuart was Mary Queen of Scots.
A little bit of...
Yes, well, she became the Queen of Scotland at a very young age.
Right.
She was... her coronation took place when she was 7 days old. She was crowned and anointed at the age of 7 days. And, of course, her mother ruled as her regency, was a regent.
Right.
Big hand, you know, and they were on the ascent, you know, and she was sent for her safety to France, to relatives in France, and at the age of 16, she married the Dauphin of France. She was, of course, French was her favorite tongue, you see. She speaking French, you know, and she was the Dauphin of France, Dauphiness of France for 2 years.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
How would a lady like that fit in today's society world? I mean,
well,
I mean would she still be? Today there are many woman leaders. Then she was kind of the only one in female leadership.
Well, her cousin, Queen Elizabeth, whose era she was also fought very stridently in several male-dominated society, you see.
Right.
You can imagine, you know, she was 1600s, you know, harder.
Right.
Well, Queen Elizabeth died in 1603, in the 1600s.
Right.
Yes, she had a very long reign. But those two monarchs were the only females for hundreds of years who were heads of nations. Queen Elizabeth of England and Mary Stuart.
Mr. Allen, who could play the part on the movie screen, past or present?
Do you have a representation in Hollywood? Anyone in your chapter?
No, we do not have a chapter in Hollywood.
You know?
We do have one in California, though, outside of San Francisco, a small town. Burlingame. That's it.
Let me show you some of the activities of the Mary Stuart Society, and they've got some of the foremost lecturers and movie stars and poets, and I do mean the biggest names. I mean, you've got a pretty good thing going for you. Are more and more people beginning to appreciate and recognize poetry?
Well, a great deal of people took a great interest because of my friend Antonio Fraser, now Lady Pinter. She's married to Harold Pinter.
Right. Good family.
Oh, yes, but she's a better family, of course. Antonia's a better family, of course.
Right.
She's a member of the ability, too. She's a lady in her own right, courtesy title.
We had a man the other day who advocates poetry therapy. Poetry is healing.
I've also heard.
I know that.
Oh,
one of the...
I received a prize in 1984, and I received the University of all places, Joe. For the Republic of Yugoslavia, I received a prize in poetry. Yes,
this is the most poetic lady who might wind up in Mr. Allen's photo gallery. Let me get a feeling from Ratso Sloman.
Yeah, Margo, do you have to be a queen or a king to get into the society? I mean, could you, is it royalty only?
No,
it's not, common people can...
Of course.
You mean we have a chance?
Of course. I mean, we have We walk the line, of course. So, that nonsense is long gone down the drain, you know. I mean, who cares anymore?
I would like to do a location shoot one night and go into one of your meetings with some mini cameras and photograph, right?
Ladies in our headquarters, I think, you know. It's 6 St. Luke's Place. It was the birthplace of Mayor James Walker of New York, and it was his townhouse until 1932.
Let me give all, really?
Yes.
He was a great mayor. Let me give all the addresses, all the summaries, all the wrap-ups following these words. I'm chatting here with Mary, Queen of Scotland. I mean, Margo Howard, and with Ted Allen, who's the photographer. We got to talk about Frank Sinatra. He was under contract for 7 years to Frank Sinatra. And we're chatting here with Mr. Kinky, who is not kinky, but he's got a big selling book called Greenwich, Killing Time. I wish we had hours of time. Be right back. Stay with us. Everybody's asking Margo Howard where she was born. She was born, she says, in Singapore. And Kinky Friedman says he was in the Peace Corps in Singapore. And everybody's asking Mr. Ted Allen about those 7 years under contract to Frank Sinatra, who watches every single night, by the way. And I know that all you can say about him is that he's a fantastic man. And how about one highlight recollections of those 7 years, if you're in the mood, Ted?
Well,
let's watch closely. Mr. Friedman and Mr. Sloman, have a good day and a good night, and love poetry.